I got a call from a Carolina couple. They have a tenant who moved into their house. The tenant situation is they moved over from another county, and the reason why is their daughter had an issue at school. But they just want to be done. They don't care about it, they're just done. They've also made some bad financial decisions, so they're kind of in a bind. So they're in a Chapter 13 bankruptcy. Hi folks, my name is Bill Cook. One of the things to realize as real estate investors, as the deal structuring techniques we were using 5-6 weeks ago may not be the best deal structuring tools to use over the next 3 to 6 months. So what are some of the structures that Kim and I think will be working well moving forward? Subject to deals, straight options, master leasing, leasing out a property, but getting an option to be able to purchase it at some point in the future. Buying notes from private money lenders who are holding paper. Right now, they'd rather have cash. So they're in a Chapter 13 bankruptcy. The payoff on the property, as it stands right now, is $145,000, $150,000. The value of the property is about $230,000, so there's a good bit of equity here. They have a mortgage on the property. It's a 30-year fixed rate mortgage at 4% interest. And as a rental, this property will cash flow about $250 a month after all the expenses are paid. So you have good equity and you have good cash flow. This is going to be a good property. And you have people who own the home who don't want the home anymore. They just want to be done. So how would you structure this deal? What deal structuring tools would you use? So this is the way I put the deal together. First of all, I told the couple to master lease the seller's home. Because it's in Chapter 13 bankruptcy, and I don't like to be around bankruptcy judges or bankruptcy trustees. So instead, what I would do is just do a master lease. So that's where I lease it from the owners of the property, and I have the right to lease it to someone else. Now my lease payment is going to be for whatever the mortgage payment is. And that lease payment, I'm going to send to their lender. I'm not going to send the payment to them and then wait for them to give it to their lender. I'm also going to agree to pay the property taxes on the property, pay the insurance on the property, and I'll cover any repairs. So do you see that this takes all the headache of that home? Remember, these people want it done with this home. But this takes, even though I'm a tenant, it takes all their headaches away. So they don't have to worry about a mortgage payment. They don't have to worry about repairs. Also, I told this couple, get a purchase option. In other words, have the right to buy that home anytime in the next 30 years for the then balance of the mortgage. So their purchase price will be for whatever the mortgage balance will be if and when they exercise their option. So again, with each payment, their purchase price is going down, and these are payments they're making. And over the course of time, the property will go up in value. So this is a great way to capture both amortization and appreciation. Also, I'm going to secure the lease and the option to the property. In this case, where they are is a mortgage state. So I'm going to use a mortgage recorded in the courthouse to secure both the lease, which is a promise, and the option, which is a promise. And that's what mortgages and deeds of trust do. They're going to secure a promise. Usually it's a note. And then also another part of the agreement is going to be, if and when they do purchase the property, they can buy it subject to the seller's mortgage, wherever the balance is then, but subject to their mortgage if there is a balance. Now what a subject to deal is when you buy a property and the property goes into your name, but the seller's mortgage is not paid off. You're not assuming that mortgage. Instead, what you're doing is you're agreeing to make the seller's mortgage payments on the seller's mortgage for the seller until the seller's mortgage is paid off one day in the future. And you're probably thinking, why would anybody ever agree to that? It's because it's usually the people who agree with that are someone who don't want the house anymore, or they need to sell fast. While we're in the accord, while we all agree to what's being done, I'm going to go ahead and get all the documents signed and put them into an escrow folder held by their attorney if they use attorney, or escrow agent if they use escrow agent. But that means everything's going to be signed, everything's going to be filled out, but the dates for the closing. So if and when these people do exercise their option, they don't have to go try to find this couple if they're somewhere else. Everything's sitting there in the folder. So if they do exercise the option, they take in a check, or well, in this case, they pay off they buy the price subject to the mortgage, and when they're able to do that, then they get the property. But if the option expires without them having bought the property, Then also in the escrow file is a quitclaim deed the investors put in the file that just says, hey, we did not exercise our option, so we're quitting our claim to this property. If you ever do get a lease option on a property, a lease gives you use, an option gives you the right to buy it at some point in the future, and you're agreeing to pay the property taxes and the insurance, and you're going to cover all the repairs. Did you know that according to the IRS, that you actually have interest in that property? It's your home. If it's your home, and you can write off the mortgage interest even. And what most people don't realize is that there's a difference between tax law. So when it comes down to you making payments, this involves the IRS, and title law, because that has everything to do with court systems and warranty deeds and who actually owns a home. And I know, just listen to myself say this, you're sitting back going, what is he talking about? Our website is billingkimcook.com. And if you go to it and you look at the top, you'll see a little button about Bill and Kim Cook. Click on the button and you'll see our bio, and you really don't care about our bio, and that's fine. But look below that and you'll see our timeline. See how long it took us to learn how to do leases and options and subject to deals and owner carries and teeter-totter offers. See how long it took for us to master the art, master the language of creative deal structuring. So it takes a long time. So as you're hearing this, if you're frustrated and you're going, I don't know what he's even talking about, it's because you haven't learned the language yet. But will you? Do you want to? And that really becomes your choice.
To watch the rest of the 4 creative deals, click on the playlist on the screen now. And for additional education, check out the links below. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more great real estate content.